When you did your WWE tryout, you went and you wore the turban, you had the full outfit. What was the mindset behind, showing a bit of your culture and doing that when you go and do your tryout?
Yeah, exactly. So I was already wearing the turban on independent wrestling. I was wrestling for Stampede Wrestling at that time in Calgary. It wasn't the original Stu Hart Stampede Wrestling. It was Bruce and Ross Hart were running it. So me and my cousin, Raj Singh, he wrestled in TNA for several years. We were tag team partners, and we would both represent our culture, our heritage with the turban. I just wanted to do it just to represent our culture. There's not that many South Asian wrestlers, Punjabi wrestlers, or Indian wrestlers, but we have a long lineage of like great champions from, I don't know if you guys have heard the name Dara Singh. Dara Singh? He was a wrestler, like a wrestling pioneer in India, specifically Punjab, in like the 50s, 60s, maybe even 40s. And when Dara Singh used to wrestle, he used to regularly get crowds of 100,000 people to watch him wrestle. Like big star. And then he ventured into acting and I think even politics a little bit, but he was like a huge star in India. He wore the turban. Tiger Jeet Singh wore the turban. My uncle Gama Singh wore the turban. So it was just kind of like we wanted to carry that tradition, that lineage. But actually then when I got to FCW, Dusty Rhodes told me, no turban. You're the new generation. You're the, something fresh, something new. And my whole time in developmental and FCW, I didn't wear a turban. I think in the beginning, very beginning, but then he told me no more turban. You're the next evolution. And then actually when and he said this is what Vince wants. And then when I debuted on the main roster in 2011, again, no turban, clean shaven, young baby face, wearing all white. And then after like a couple months, then I got the memo, hey, Vince wants you in a turban. I'll tell you a funny story about this. So it was Johnny Ace that came up to me. Hey, Vince wants you in a turban. I was like, okay, I'll bring one next week. He's like, no, he wants it tonight. He wants it tonight. We're gonna go send a runner out to go get you one. And it was downtown Bruno. Harvey Whippleman got the runner. He got put on turban duty to go find me a turban. And you can't just buy turbans in every city. Like mainly where there's a large population of South Asians or Indians or Punjabis or Sikhs, generally is where you can find turbans. And a turban you tie. It's about 6 meters long of a fabric, and you have to tie it. It takes a lot of practice actually too to be able to tie it. But they do have an abbreviated version that kind of you put it on like a hat. I don't know. I've never seen anybody wear one of those. But anyway, Harvey Whippleman, downtown Bruno, comes back with one of like the prefixed hat turbans. And I was like, I can't wear this. This is disrespectful. Anyway, Johnny Ace comes up to me. He's like, so you're not going to wear the turban? Then I kind of explained to him, like, this is kind of disrespectful. We can't do this because India has a large wrestling following. Millions and millions of people are going to see this. Like, come on, let's please don't make me wear this. I'll bring one next week. Brought one next week. Sorry, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but it's a very interesting turban story. So next week I bring one, and I specifically tell Johnny Ace, okay, the turban has to be held in a high regard. You can't disrespect it. We can't throw it on the floor. I can't take bumps in it. And he says, okay, sure. Fast forward a few weeks later, I get a script. I don't know if it was a promo with Sheamus or a match. It might have been a match going into a promo or a promo on the front end of the match. And I get a script. And at the end of the script, it says, Sheamus punts the turban into the crowd. I was like, wait, what? wait, what? And then I said, hey, we cannot do this. He's like, so you're telling me if I Google someone kicking a turban, I won't find it? I'm like, sir, you'll find anything on the internet that you Google. Literally anything will be there. And luckily Dave Kapoor was there, Ranjit Singh, and I was like, hey, ask Dave. And Dave's like, no, yeah, don't do it. It'll cause massive backlash, and we just cannot do it. So luckily he changed his mind.
And when you got called up into the main roster, but you didn't have a lot of notice when you were called up to the main roster, right? How much notice did you have that you were being called up from FCW?
3 or 4 days. So we used to train at Hard Knocks South, which is John Cena's gym. Rob McIntyre was our strength coach. I used to have strength training in the morning, and then I would do wrestling practice in the afternoon. So I finished at Rob's at Hard Knocks South, and I'm driving to eat lunch really quick, and then I got a report afternoon to FCW for wrestling training. And as I'm driving, I got a call from Kristen Altman, who worked there for several years in talent relations. And she told me, she's like, hey, when you get to FCW today, Vince wants to watch 2 promos and a match. You got to film that today, right when you get back. I said, okay. Get to FCW. There was a guy by the name of Matt Martellero. His nickname is Kenobi. I don't know if anybody knows him. No pop for Kenobi. Come on, guys. No? Tough crowd. Anyway, we get there. I do 2 promos, and I do a match with, at that time, Donnie Marlowe, Tongaloa. Come on, guys.
Pop for Tongaloa, everyone.
Guys, tough crowd. Give it up. We do a match, and Vince actually watched it on his plane. Wherever he was going, I guess he had good Wi-Fi on that plane, on that private jet of his. He threw on the match, and I guess he liked what he saw. And I got a call saying, hey, you're going to TV this week. Still don't know anything. Don't know if I'm debuting. Maybe I got a dark match. Maybe I'm just going to eat some chicken breast and catering. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. So I get to Raw is on a Monday. Tuesday is SmackDown. Monday I get to TV. I'm all nervous. I'm dressed up in my nice suit. I'm staying out of the way of everybody, shaking everybody's hands. Yes, sir. No, sir, etc. Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. I see Triple H at the very end of the day. I believe it was the first. It was either the draft or the first episode after the draft. It might have been the draft. And I see Triple H like briefly. He's like, hey, tomorrow at TV in the morning, go see Brooklyn Brawler in pre-tapes and just film some promos. Film some promos. Again, he gives me no direction or anything. It's Tuesday morning, afternoon. I show up to TV. I go straight to Brooklyn Brawler. We do some promos. And there's a gentleman named Marty. I forget his last name, but he used to be a cameraman. Now he works in the truck. He's one of the directors, essentially, of WWE programming. Marty Miller is his name, Marty Miller. And I knew Marty because he used to come to FCW, and he was the cameraman for FCW TV tapings. Every 3rd week, we would do a TV taping that kind of replicated a Raw or a SmackDown. It was the same cameramen, and they would kind of give you tips and directions, and they would help you out, prepare you for your big debut on Raw, SmackDown, Superstars. No, you guys remember the show Superstars? Yeah.
No love for Marty Miller either?
Yeah, no love for Marty Miller. He's a great guy, by the way. So I'm in that room with Brooklyn Brawler. We just finished filming the pre-tapes. Brawler's complimenting me of how I did so great. Marty Miller walks in with the script. And I don't know why he walked into the pre-tapes. He didn't come to see me. Maybe he came to see Brooklyn Brawler for something. And he just sees me in there, and he's like, hey, congratulations, you're debuting today. He's like, you have a promo. I was like, what? And he shows me the script. And it's he goes down it, okay, segment, whatever. Great Khali, Rey Mysterio, Jinder Mahal, backstage promo. He's like, yeah, you're debuting today. I was like, holy crap. Okay, so again, no notice, just a few days' notice. We did the promo backstage. It was actually in Greensboro Coliseum, Greensboro, North Carolina. Home of Starcade. So yeah, that was how I debuted.
And so when you debut, you're first going to be involved with the Great Khali.
Yeah, Great Khali's brother-in-law. I have magic powers over Khali because I'll abuse his sister if he doesn't listen to me, was the storyline.
Wrestling. Had you ever met Khali before this? Did you know him before you were doing it?
That was the first time I met Khali, but he instantly kicked it off. There's not that many Indian or South Asian wrestlers at all across the business. Now there's more, but at that time there was very, very few. So, and even to this day, like I know all of the Indian wrestlers. Like I talk to them. We have like a close connection because there's very few of us, and like we always support each other. So I was super excited to see Khali. You know, Khali. Like a lot of people don't know this, but Khali in like the Indian community or in India is like God level. Like in Khali in India is unlike any, like the biggest celebrity. Nobody in America or North America or even in Europe. Maybe like imagine like David Beckham walking down the street. Like just people going crazy. That's kind of what Khali is like in India, wherever he goes. It's madness. So yeah, that was my first meeting with Khali.
I do just want to say, if you've never seen it, I promise you'll not regret it. Go on YouTube and find the Great Khali cement ad. And it's an ad for cement in India, where the ad is that cement is rubbish and he just keeps falling through things. So this is like a cement company that could support the Great Khali. It's great. It's tremendous.
Who has ever seen Great Khali's Instagram? Yes. There we go. There's a pop. Finally.
What was it like working with Great Khali? Because he seems like quite a funny guy, even though you might not get to see that all the time.
Amazing guy. Very, very smart, very funny, very giving. Khali is the best. I think because of the language barrier, like a lot of people don't see this side of Great Khali. And I was actually basically next door neighbors with Khali for a couple years. It was Great Khali's house, one house, and then my house. So I even moved closer to Khali. Like he was legit like a big brother to me. Still is. I'm very close with Great Khali. Love Great Khali.